Hello, everyone. Tonight's video is related to something that's very prevalent in a lot of our communities nowadays, particularly online when we see people looking at their phones, looking at their computers, or looking at TV. Tonight's lecture is about creating a video streaming server. Now, when you use terms like video streaming server, wow, those are really, really big words. No, a lot of us have been involved with various versions of streaming servers like Netflix or Prime Video, HBO Max. There's a number of different video providers out there. Well, actually, you can provide or create your own video server. You can run it on most machines running Windows 7, Windows 10, Windows 11. It does not have to be a operating system server. Although if you did have an operating system like Server 2022 or Server 2025, it'll work a lot better. But essentially, you can create a video server that holds all of your movies and activate it from any device in your house, or with some additional configurations not covered in this video, you can actually create a video server that you can give other people in the world access to. So to do this, we're going to be working on Windows 11. So let's go ahead and get started with the aspect of creating a video server. To create a video server, we can actually put it on any Windows-based computer or Linux computer, things along those lines. A couple of logistical things, just so we know what they're called when we start doing stuff. So I have a Windows 11 computer, and we're going to be accessing video files that are on this computer. So on this computer, I have a directory, and inside a directory, I have a software called Jellyfin. Don't laugh, that's the actual name. I have a software called Jellyfin, which is a very simplified software that will allow you to have a video server. In addition to that, I have a couple of example short videos inside of this utilities directory. So here I have things like Batman, I have Green Lantern, I have Hulk versus Wolverine, I have Justice League. Don't worry about if these are good videos or not, but they're just good videos for testing purposes. So what we're going to do is we're going to make these videos available to individuals that log into our video server, and they'll be able to use a website, or later on they can actually use applications. But right now, we're going to use the easiest aspect, which is actually using web browsers. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using Google Chrome, just because it has less overhead than other browsers such as Microsoft Edge, but this will work on most browsers. In addition to that, there's a couple of things that we need to make sure we understand. To have a video server, it has to have one of the most unique identities on the internet, and that's something called an IP address. To check the IP address on this machine, I can go to the Run option and open up the command line. When I open up the command line, I can find out exactly which IP address this server has by typing in this command, ipconfig. So we see this server's IP address is 10.10.10.10. You'd have to check other videos to really get an understanding of IP addresses. Now, in addition to that, when you go to most streaming website companies, you would type in a URL, a universal resource locator, like netflix.com or amazonprime.com or amazon.com, things along those lines. Well, that's using something called DNS, Domain Name Systems. Well, this server that we're creating for this video is not connected to the internet, and there's no DNS options available for it right now. So we're going to use the IP address to actually get to this web server. Another thing that individuals don't understand is when you're on the internet, it's not one connection from where you are to wherever you're going. Actually, there's over 65,535 active connections available on your computer at any time unless your firewall has turned them off. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be connecting to one of those different lines. The names for the lines are called ports, Ports. And essentially, you'll have an IP address and a colon, and then there'll be a number that's between 0 and 65,535. And that will allow you to connect to one of the connections that's available between you and the server. So let's go ahead and get this process started. So I'm going to go into my utilities directory, and I'm going to activate the Jellyfin server software. This installation takes a few moments, and every once in a while, it's going to freeze for a little bit, but don't worry. After the installation is complete, we'll be able to pick it up. So I'm going to use most of the defaults for the installation of the software. And then after the software is fully installed, we'll be able to configure it with our videos. So on the first installation screen, I'll hit next. And I agree to the license. I'm going to hit next for a basic installation. I'm going to let it install all the stuff wherever it wants. And as you see, it's primarily all nexts and installs and things along those lines. So let's go ahead and let the installation rock out until it asks us some more questions. Now, a lot of people get very, very happy at this stage because it says, hey, completed. Actually, even after I hit this close button, there's still installation things happening. So I'm going to click the close button, close that window out. And one thing you'll notice is in the left-hand corner, there's another icon that's just appeared on our desktop. Actually, that's just letting you know that the server is installed, but that's not actually a control feature of the software. What we have to do is we have to wait until some icons get updated. If this was a more powerful operating system, it would happen faster. But now what we do is we go here to the list area here, and we wait until this section actually gets updated. To speed it up a little bit, I can double click this icon a couple of times, and that will start the Jellyfin server software. In the lower right-hand corner, you notice that a new link has just appeared, literally right here. That lets you know that Jellyfin is available for you to start doing some work with the server. What we're going to do is double click it a couple of times to really get it activated. Now we're going to try to open Jellyfin. What it will do is it will try to look for whatever browser you have, and it will try to activate that browser so you can actually start working with it. So I'm going to tell it to always use Google Chrome. And it seems like it's stuck, but it's not. It's actually just loading all the binaries so you can start doing controls for Jellyfin. So now it's allowing you to continue the installation. For this video, we're going to go ahead and keep the default language as English. Now we need to set up a password for the administrator of this machine. Now it's asking you, where are the video files that this machine should make available to streamers? In addition to that, it's going to ask a number of other questions. Everything from what subtitles we would like, if we'd like it to go to any of the online sources to find short commercials or short trailers on the videos, as well as if there's any other languages we would like it to display. So we'll go ahead and add some videos, and I'm going to find the place where the videos are located. Jellyfin can give you any of these options. I'm just going to stick with movies for right now. Then I'm going to tell it what folders it should use to display the videos. Remember, I have that folder inside of C Drive called local vids or vid local. So it's going to use any videos in that directory. Then I'm going to punch OK. Here's a bunch of other options. If it finds any other videos related to it, I want it to use English. I'm going to use the United States for the region. Anything like special text or anything like that, I'm telling it where to display it. These are all the different places it can get more information on videos. Even though this one won't work because I'm not connected to the internet, I could tell it to go ahead and automatically update anything about the videos. Everything from screenshots to automatically making chapters to keeping graphics, automatically creating chapters upon finding a directory. Now it actually has a directory for all of its movies. Now punch next. It's just double checking some of the options I selected. Remember, I said there's over 65,535 different lines of communication. We can make it automatically find one and communicate with your router so individuals will be able to access your media server from anywhere in the world. And then you punch finish. Look at that. You actually have this function system running. So now you have to log on as the administrator and see what you got. Now, what it's trying to do is create screenshots for our videos. If this computer was connected to the internet, it would actually find the best screenshots for these videos, and it would insert all of those screenshots there. So what we have here are actually all the videos that are presently ready to be viewed by users. Now, right now, the only user on this machine is just the administrator. Let's create some new users. I'm going to go to the dashboard, click on the users option. Right now, as you see, there's only one administrator. Let's go ahead and create some more users. I'll keep this simple. Dude1, and give Dude1 a password. If this is just someone who's going to be looking at the videos, let's give them the rights to see any videos. Now it's going to ask us for some even more options, just in case we want this person to be like a technician help desk support person. We don't want them to control anything. Only thing we want them to do is get videos. So we'd go through all these sections, and then we just punch save. Now we have a user named Dude1. Let's create another user. Users, and Babe1. Again, we're just creating basic users that will be able to look at videos. We don't want to give this user any power over the server. We just want them to be able to get to the videos. So we keep all of these defaults and we punch save. Now we got 2 users. Well, let's go ahead and log in as one of these users and see if we can look at the videos. Gonna sign out. Now I could log back in as the user, but let me show you how most users would actually get there. So I'll open up a browser like Google Chrome. And then I have to type in the URL plus the port that we're using. So when we talk about the URL and the port, this is an example of a URL and a port. It's what you type in the address bar. So normally we would type in like netflix.com or amazon.com or something along those lines. Again, since we're not using DNS, we're going to type in the IP address of the server. And there are over 65,535 different lines of communication that are available to get to this machine. Well, we're going to use the line number 8096. This is the default port. That means that's the port that usually a Jellyfin will use. So I could type in this entire address, or since we're actually going to a website, I can just click in the IP address. So in the address bar, I'll put in the address. That's literally how somebody gets to your server. Then, of course, it gives you the login options. We'll go in as Dude1. You'll notice it's still trying to refresh. It lets the user know all of the movies that exist that they could check out. And also, you notice it's trying to make previews of each of the movies. Let's go ahead and activate one of the movies to see what it looks like. All I did was click on the icon, and we're going to give it an opportunity to load. Look at that, look at that. You have your own streaming server. Not only that, but you can actually fast forward, and it also shows you different chapters, exactly where the video is. Let's go ahead and fast forward.
Yeah.
Literally, that is how easy it is to create a streaming server. Let's go ahead and log in as one more user. We'll go ahead and log out. It's Dude1. Now let's log in as Babe1. you notice it displays differently. Why? Because Fade One did not look at this video. Let's go ahead and launch a different video. Fast forward, Green Lantern's in this one as well. And you see, it even keeps a list of all the videos that user's checking out. So what we just did today is we created our own streaming video server. I hope the video has been entertaining for you, and you walk away with a whole bunch of really good things. So hey, you take care, and I'll see you in the next video.